Well, the day is finally here where we get to learn what the future of Old School is going to look like in 2023. In just a few minutes, the Winter Summit livestream is going to be starting where they're going to reveal all of the major plans for the first half of next year. I'm really excited to see what's in store, so let's hop into it. Now, the first major update that was announced at the summit is an update to Woodcutting. This would be a significant change to actually the fundamental gameplay loop of the skill, not just a minigame, not just a piece of new content, but some groundwork changes. The update would be called Forestry Way of the Forester. This woodcutting update would be focused on changing the actual base gameplay loop by adding in a more social way to train the skill. With forestry, whenever you are chopping a tree, whether it be alone or with a set of players, there's a chance of running into a forestry event. This would be something like tending to a fox, discovering an ant, a dryad, or even a leprechaun. While these events are able to be done solo, it's going to be more beneficial to do it in a group. And that is a key part of this update, adding in group play and reducing competition. Now they're going to reduce competition by actually changing the fundamental mechanic of woodcutting. No longer are you going to compete over the same resources, and you won't be penalized for chopping the same tree, which will help encourage group play. Now, running into forestry events will of course provide different items and different rewards. One of the major additions is going to be something called a forestry campfire. These would be made with leaves that you would get from the forestry events and burned like a regular fire. These forestry fires would provide different boosts to skilling, and anyone in the area could take advantage of it. You could also use these leaves to brew different teas. Other rewards that might come from forestry could be an equipable log basket, an alternative way to get the lumberjack outfit, and some cosmetic and other fun items as well. I think this is a really cool idea because it actually changes the core gameplay loop. It's not just a minigame. This will make woodcutting a little more interesting, more events going on, and it will encourage players to play together, which originally may be what the skill was intended for. Now, the experience from forestry would scale based on your woodcutting level, so players of any skill level could take advantage of this new content. Now, on top of that, any of the resources gathered from forestry are going to be tradable, which means other people can interact with the skill, with the economy of forestry, without having to actually participate in the content. Now, the second big announcement in the Winter Summit is something called official account builds. Now, this would be an update that would be coming in the earlier section of 2023. It would be a way to officially endorse different limited account builds. Now, we had this already been done with Herieman, but they're looking at adding official support for stuff like 10 HP pures, skilling restricted accounts, and others that can be added in the future. With this update, once you've opted into a restriction, you will not gain experience in that skill no matter what. So even if you do a quest, you will not get experience if you have a restricted build. Do keep in mind though that this experience will be tracked on your account. So if in the future you decide you want to remove your restriction, you will gain all of the quest experience. This system will also allow players that have the restriction already to opt into an official build, which means if you have a 10 HP account that has 1,000 hours into it, you are actually able to opt into this new system. Well, I can't believe they're finally doing it, but in 2023, Bounty Hunter is returning. It's no secret that Bounty Hunter has had its share of problems throughout the years, but finally Bounty Hunter is going to be coming back. Now, some of the major differences with this new Bounty Hunter system is, first and foremost, the rewards that you are getting from Bounty Hunter are either going to be untradeable items or those that are only usable within the Bounty Hunter systems. So hopefully this will prevent bad actors from abusing the Bounty Hunter system. With the new Bounty Hunter, we're going to be seeing the return of craters, which existed back in the 2007 era. This would be a restricted area where the Bounty Hunter fights would actually happen in, and would allow Jagex more control over the rules and the way people interact in that area. Now, as far as what the rewards are going to be, cosmetic and tradable items are on the table once again. Mysterious emblems are back, and those will be able to be exchanged for caches of goods, but keep in mind these are only usable in Bounty Hunter. Another big change is in the new Bounty Hunter system. They are going to be blocking combat experience when you're in the area, which means pure builds won't get ruined, new players won't mess up their new PKing account, and one of the biggest rewards they're going to be offering are corrupted ancient warrior equipment. Again, only usable in Bounty Hunter, and will offer a tier 20 armor that would punch way above its weight class. Now, coming in 2023, the piece of content that has been fleshed out the most and is honestly super exciting is finally we are getting Desert Treasure 2. Desert Treasure 2, The Fallen Empire, would be coming in summer of 2023 and would be a direct sequel to, of course, Desert Treasure 1. This would be a new Grandmaster quest that would have you journey to a bunch of brand new locations, with each of the 4 new locations having a new boss associated with it. One cool thing is these new areas have actually already been added to the game. These are areas you might be familiar with. These would be Below Ice Mountain, Temple of the Eye, the new Garden of the Death quest that just came out 2 days ago or something, and the new mysterious quest that they've teased, which is going to be called Secrets of the North. Now, Desert Treasure 2 is going to be a very challenging quest, and of course you're going to get rewards that are worthy of it. Now, the biggest reward from Desert Treasure 2 is going to be a new prayer book, which will be called the Runescape Prayer Book. Now, although there are going to be some thematic similarities to curses from RS3, this is actually going to be something completely new and is going to actually be more similar to something like a spellbook swap versus like an upgraded prayer book. The new prayer book might have things useful in different combat scenarios, skilling scenarios, or PVM, but you wouldn't use it as a direct upgrade. You'd probably swap back and forth between the regular prayer book and the new Runescape prayer book, depending on the content. The new bosses from Desert Treasure 2 would be refightable after, and some of them would even offer lucrative, repeatable fights that would even offer new, unique rewards. Now, the one that they flesh out the most in the summit is the new Secrets of the North quest, which is going to be coming on January 11th. This is the mysterious quest that they teased earlier. It will be a master level quest, and it's going to be a requirement for Desert Treasure 2. In the Secrets of the North, you will fight a new boss, which will be a solo only encounter, and would offer some new rewards. The new rewards have already been revealed, but this is where the Bloodletter bow is going to be coming from, the new bow that does like AoE damage, the new Saturated Heart, which is an upgrade to the Imbued Heart, the Soulblight Scepter, which is going to be a marginal upgrade to the Ancient Staff, and the Magister's Brew. Now, the difficulty of the bosses for Desert Treasure 2 are going to be, reflective of their Grandmaster difficulty. It could be something similar to Vorkath, and the bosses that you're going to be able to repeatably fight after are going to be more difficult once the quest is done. Once again, similar to Vorkath. There's not much to be said about it. I'm really excited for Desert Treasure 2, tons of new content, so I can't wait for this quest to come out. Now, potentially the biggest reveal of the summit, but one that doesn't have almost any information behind it yet, is Jagex is finally looking to seriously add a new skill to Oldschool. This is their first attempt since Warding, and they're not coming to us with a design or an idea, but they're going to be using their new polling system to get more community involvement early and come up with a skill direction together with the community. So right now there is a poll blog with a poll live right now that really just has a simple question: do you want a new skill in Oldschool Runescape? They're not asking which one, any of the mechanics, but simply, are you okay with a new skill being added? Now, if 70% of the people say they want a skill in Oldschool, they will move on to more development steps, and they will slowly work with the community to look at different skill options and poll them as needed. Keep in mind though, if the 70% poll passes, that's not necessarily green light to add a skill no matter what. It's just the first step of the process, and there will be plenty of more polls along the way. Now, the final couple of interesting things that are coming in the first half of 2023. One thing I've been waiting for forever, and that is a few mobile changes. One is ground item overlays. That is coming next year. I'm actually ridiculously excited for that. Another major mobile feature that's also being added, loot tracking, which is also going to be super helpful. And finally, something that everyone has been waiting for a long time now, and I will believe it when I see it, but enhanced security is coming to Jagex accounts in 2023. This will be stuff like stronger passwords, two-factor authenticator for your email, login notification, and a whole suite of modern security features that will be coming to those who have migrated over to the Jagex account. So that is it for a very quick summary of the Winter Summit. I might do a more in-depth video later on, but honestly, most of the information released is just high-level ideas. I'm sure some more in-depth blogs will be coming soon, but let me know what you guys think of the new content coming next year. Probably, of course, most excited for Desert Treasure 2. A new skill does sound interesting, but at this point, we have no idea what it would be, so there's not too much to get excited about there yet. Forestry also sounds really cool. I really like the idea of integrating an old skill, bringing it up to a modern standard, because yeah, there's no doubt woodcutting is pretty damn boring. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.